Hello, world. It's July 16th, 2026. Welcome to Cyber Briefing, your daily source for all things cybersecurity. We bring you the latest advisories, alerts, incidents, and news every weekday. Organizations are facing immediate operational risks from both unpatched software vulnerabilities and unexpected infrastructure outages. Splunk and Zoom issued urgent patches for flaws that could allow credential theft and account takeovers, while CISA mandated that federal agencies quickly patch an actively exploited Oracle E-Business Suite vulnerability to protect financial applications. Meanwhile, digital access faced real-world disruptions. A technical glitch in AWS CloudFront's packet processing temporarily knocked out major platforms like Hugging Face and Fallout 76, and Telegram's T.me shortlinks were offline globally for 24 hours after a domain registry suspended the domain to comply with U.S. sanctions against a ransomware-linked VPN. To build long-term resilience against these persistent issues, cybersecurity agencies and industry experts are pushing for more structured security practices and smarter tool integration. CISA, the NSA, and international partners released new guidance urging software vendors to establish formal coordinated vulnerability disclosure, CVD programs, to streamline how they receive, assess, and prioritize security researcher reports. At the same time, security teams are reminded that while AI-powered bug-finding tools are rapidly accelerating code analysis and payload generation, manual human validation remains absolutely essential to weed out false positives and keep critical business context in focus. Threat landscape. Splunk, Zoom patch critical vulnerabilities. Splunk and Zoom have released patches for critical security vulnerabilities that could enable attackers to steal credentials, access sensitive data, hijack user accounts, and gain elevated system privileges. Organizations using these platforms face significant risk if the flaws are exploited. Security teams should immediately apply the available patches and review their systems for signs of compromise. CISA orders feds to patch Oracle flaw. CISA has ordered federal agencies to patch a critical vulnerability in Oracle E-Business Suite by Saturday due to active exploitation. The flaw allows attackers to compromise financial application systems without authentication. Federal agencies must apply Oracle security updates immediately or disconnect affected systems from their networks. Incidents and real-world impact. AWS CloudFront outage disrupts multiple services. Amazon Web Services experienced a CloudFront outage starting at 0945 UTC that caused 5xx errors for customers using VPC origins, a feature allowing private load balancer access through CloudFront. Affected services included Hugging Face, the UK National Lottery, and Bethesda's Fallout 76, with users unable to access websites and applications. AWS identified the root cause as a packet processing subsystem issue and recommended customers temporarily switch to other origin types while engineers worked on a fix. Executive risk and cybernomics. CISA urges vendors to formalize vulnerability disclosure. CISA, NSA, and 3 international cybersecurity agencies published guidance urging software vendors and service providers to establish formal coordinated vulnerability disclosure programs. The guidance outlines how organizations should create public processes for receiving, assessing, and responding to security researcher reports about vulnerabilities in their products. Organizations are advised to publish clear disclosure policies, maintain researcher communication, and prioritize vulnerabilities based on exploitability and attack paths rather than severity scores alone. Policy, regulation, and legal signals. Telegram's T.me links disrupted over sanctioned VPN. Telegram's T.me short links went offline for approximately 24 hours after the .me domain registry suspended the domain due to U.S. sanctions against First VPN Service, OneVPN Service, a VPN provider used by ransomware groups. The registry suspended T.me on July 13 because a Telegram channel associated with OneVPN Service was identified as sanctioned infrastructure, and restored service on July 14 after Telegram confirmed removal of all OneVPN-related links. The incident affected all Telegram users globally who rely on T.me links to access channels, groups, and profiles on the messaging platform. Career enablement. AI bug finding tools need human validation. AI tools are accelerating offensive security tasks like code analysis and payload generation, but security teams must still manually validate every finding before acting on it. Automated AI-driven vulnerability scanners can produce false positives or miscontext that human analysts catch, making human verification essential. Organizations should treat AI as a force multiplier for security workflows, rather than a replacement for skilled practitioners who understand business context and risk. For more headlines, visit cybermaterial.com.